The government side believes that mining should be banned in the Philippines. First of all, this is because mining destroys the environment. Second, workers of mine workers of mining industries are usually contracted and don't benefit much from it. So mining destroys the environment. To appreciate the President's words, every Filipino who loves his country must take a look at the following figures. The Philippines has a landmass of only 30 million hectares and a population of now more than 100 million people. Australia has a land area of 76.8 million hectares, more than double ours, yet its population is only 24.3 million as of early 2016. Canada, on the other hand, has a land mass of more than triple that of the Philippines, with 99.8 million hectares and a population of only 35.8 million. With the size of these countries, land areas and small populations in contrast to our much smaller land mass and much bigger population, is it logical to allow destructive mining to prosper in the Philippines? Open pit mining most especially, which has been the trend in mining operations for lower costs, has caused the lopping off of mountains, the killing of flora and fauna, and the cutting of trees, the poisoning of the soil and water as well, and the creation of barren wastelands. So, if we continue open pit mining, this will destroy the already smaller landmass of our country, along with its bigger population in contrast to that of Canada or Australia. When an area is mined, especially the open pit type for extracting minerals, the soil, the water, and the air get poisoned, according to the Environment Secretary, Gina Lopez. Mining sites become barren wastelands that cannot even sustain agriculture or fisheries. The water sources such as the rivers and lakes become unfit for human consumption. And the mining industry contributes less than 1% to the Philippine economy despite to the damages it brings.
The opposition believes that mining shouldn't be banned because of these following points. First, we can't live without these things. Second, we're the world supplier of nickel. And third, progression in the Philippines relies heavily on mining. The last argument that the opposition would like to present is that the mining industry provides job opportunities to thousands of Filipinos and its banning would result in their job loss. As of 2017, 204,000 workers were currently employed in the minerals industry. In Surigao del Norte alone, a mining company provides jobs to 10,000 people living in rural communities. While estimates vary, it is conservatively assumed that for every job in the industry, about 4 indirect jobs may be generated in the upstream and downstream sectors. The government can break the country's increasing unemployment and poverty by providing the necessary support to the mining industry. According to Philostar, the local mining industry faced a rough patch during President Duterte's first year in office, starting with the appointment of Environment Advocate Gina Lopez as head of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. She issued administrative orders that hurt the industry. Chamber of Mines of the Philippines Legal and Policy Vice President Ronald Residoro said, "We had a really tumultuous year because of the appointment of locals. Tumultuous in the sense that she ordered the closure and suspension of 28 operating mines and a ban on open pit mines. Philippine miners are urging the government to lift the 60-year ban on new large scale. According to Asian Times, some of the affected mining companies reportedly plan to sue the Philippine government for millions of dollars in potential lost revenue and breach of contract. Workers from suspended mining companies in Palawan are still waiting for the decision of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. The suspension of mining operations will stay. Workers have claimed thousands of mine workers are affected by the suspension. Some workers also testified that their companies gave their children scholarship grants. The companies also provided community projects for their benefit. Data from the Mines Geosciences Bureau show that 1,846 workers are affected by the suspension of Nickel and 1,838 workers are affected by the suspension of Barry Nickel. Data from the whole country showed a total of 10,221 workers and scholars who were affected by the suspension of 6 mining companies. Ronald Resadoro, Bank's Vice President on Legal Affairs and Policy, said the move would adversely affect 1.2 million people who directly or indirectly rely on mining for their livelihoods and cost national coffers around 70 billion pesos. That would be $1.4 billion in lost revenue. Residoro claims that the decision to close and suspend half the country's mining operations is a gross abuse of power since there were no clear reasons the countries affected were denied due to process and no opportunities for them to remediate whatever the violation was.
So, contrary to what the opposition's side wants to impress to the public, that increase in mining operations would result in increase in jobs. The country's mining industry contributes to little in employment rate. But according to the NSCB, that mining and quarrying industry had the least contribution to Philippine economic and employment growth in the period of 1998 to 2000. The second point of the affirmative side is that workers are often contractual and they don't benefit from the mining. In Caraga region, or Region 13, considered as the country's mining capital and one of the areas covered by the ISMM, presents a paradox of growth in mining operations. Mining operations account for only 2.6% of employment in the region, translated into 23,158 workers. MGB Caraga Director Mr. Alelo Ensomo admitted that not only this is far too little, but the nature of jobs generated by mining is mostly contractual and unskilled. Jobs ranging from 3 months to 9 months only. Skilled workers also complain that their 30 years experience gained from other gold mill plants have only earned them 349 pesos to 369 pesos per day, plus the mandated holiday and sick leaves. Only a handful of skilled workers, such as the John Mapper, are only paid 15,000 per month after working for more than 2 years as contractors. Residents in another town of Surigao del Sur also shared that workers at Mark Ventures Mining Development Corp, an Australian company in Cantilan, are paid even lower at 230 pesos per day. They are mostly recruited from other towns instead of Cantilan, presumably as pressure tactics against the local government officials who continually refuse to grant mining permit to MMDC and oppose mining operations in their municipality. In Lepanto Mining Consolidated Corp in Benguet, wage discrimination against contractual workers is sharper. Regular workers, for instance, get a little more than 500 pesos a day, way above the 255 pesos in minimum wage in the region as a result of the union collective bargaining agreement. In contrast, contractual workers only receive 200 pesos per day. The Philippines has about 500 existing wage levels as a result of the implementation of Republic Act 6727 or Wage Rationalization Act of 1989. There is no definite criteria how wages are determined except the government's broad classification of regions, provinces, and towns into urban, non-urban, and agricultural areas. Agricultural area is subdivided into plantation and non-plantation, which is further sub-classified according to the number of workers employed. The capacity of industry to pay higher wages is not factored in. This explains the difference in wage levels received by workers in different companies or even in the same company or industry, located in different provinces or regions. Of course, the mining TNCs can argue that they comply with the minimum wages prescribed by RA 6727 with respect to the regular workers and that the law is to blame for the low wages that Filipino workers get. Even if they comply, they can certainly pay more decent wages to their workers considering the super profits they generate from their operations.
I'll just do it. not just afternoon. The affirmative side believes that mining should not be bad because
I don't know how to-
one, it improves innovation for the community, two, provides job opportunities, and three, helps local communities. Resources gathered from the mining surround us in our everyday lives. In our homes as knobs, handles, pots, and hands, in our cars as the very body, in our buildings, even in our money and more. Banning mining would lead to a series of problems. We cannot live without these things for sure. We've relied on them too greatly over time. We use it to create simple devices and tools we need in our everyday lives. In any case, mining compromises only 0.8% of the gross domestic product, or 112 billion in 2016. Contrary to claims, it is not small. Palay had 289 billion of GDP, coconut with 93 billion, and corn with 73 billion. Moreover, the beverage industry contributed about 127 billion, clothing and apparel with 70 billion, and transport equipment with 48 billion. However, the eradication of mining in the Philippines may affect the world on a global scale. The Philippines is responsible for 8% of the world's supply of nickel. The world supplier of nickel is the Philippines. In addition, we also supply roughly 97% of China's nickel. Nearly 70% of all nickel is used for the production of stainless steel. Nickel in itself is a major component in creating contemporary technological advancements such as satellites, batteries, aerospace technologies. This is only one of the resources that we can utilize from the results of mining. Imagine the use of copper, an excellent conductor, is the prime component of important things such as wires and motors. Progression in the Philippines relies heavily on mining. 42% of the value of minerals produced in the Philippines goes to the government in the form of taxes and other charges. The regulation of money is used in the further improvement of the government amenities that people can avail. The BSD buys all the gold available in the Philippines at current market prices, but many of the pick and shovel miners would rather sell their gold to foreign gold traders because the Bureau of International Revenue levies at least 7% without withholding tax on gold sold. Romualdo said that 42% of the value of all minerals produced in the Philippines goes to the government in forms of taxes and other charges. Mining is an integral part of the economy. It is a major factor in the improvement of our country. Removing mining from the Philippines is similar to removing oil from Saudi Arabia. That's the scale of how significant mining is in this nation. Contrary to popular belief, the big mining companies do not use mercury as Romualdez pointed out. They use cyanide, which quickly loses its potency after it is exposed to air. Apart from that, in 2016, there were 236 workers in the mining industry. The mining industry's contribution to the country's GDP is 0.6% in the same year. As of August 2016, mining companies have already committed 13.1 billion of the development of their host and neighboring countries under the Social Development and Management Programs. Banning mining in the Philippines will lead to serious consequences, and that is why we believe that mining should not be banned.
The Philippines is naturally endowed with rich mineral resources owing to its geographical location. The country is located along the Pacific Belt of Fire, where volcanic processes of tectonic movement and plate convergence have created abundant formations of metallic mineral deposits of chromite, gold, iron, and nickel. To add, the Philippines is the world's biggest supplier of nickel ore. They say the closures of these mining sites are too drastic, but mining contributes less than 1% of the economy of the Philippines. They're cutting off about 8% of global nickel supply, which indicates huge implications given that the Philippines supplies around 97% of China's nickel. Despite this, mining has only contributed, as I said, less than 1% of the country's gross domestic product in the past 35 years. In terms of exports, the mining exports share to total only an average of 11.27%. To add, over the past decades, the jobs provided by the mining industry have decreased as mining companies employed more labor-efficient technologies and means of production. In addition, most workers are actually contractuals, and skilled workers don't even get as much pay as they deserve. Mainstream mining operations in the countries are are largely dispersed with the biggest mines found in Benguet and Compostela Valley. And ideally, the natural resources in these provinces should help to increase the output of these regions and improve the economic condition of its residents. Apparently, mining operations have contributed very little to the alleviation of poverty in mining-dependent provinces. Louder. In Masbate, Camarines Norte, and Agusan, where the country's bigger gold and copper mines are situated, poverty levels are one of the highest in the country. In Region 4, where the contribution of mining to the regional output is highest at 17%, poverty levels have remained at 39.7%, while above the national average of 24.7%. To close, the Philippines cannot really be considered a mining-dependent country, despite its vast endowments of mineral resources. The country's levels of mining, measured as a percentage of GDP and as a percentage of total exports, pale in comparison to the levels of other countries which have been subject of studies determining the impact of mining in an economy. Although it would impact the world, the loss of the mining industry here in the Philippines will not cause any big change at all.
Mining industry should not be banned. However, existing government regulations that protect the public and the environment against irresponsible such practices should be strictly implemented. The mining industry has a lot of benefit in the wider community. Employment is increased in the support services. The activities generated by the industry in the region moves through its economy. The flow-on effect boosts trade at local markets, shops, service stations, and in dozens of other ways where there is a positive impact on the local community. For the indigenous community, opportunities are created for training and employment for those seeking work. The industry also actively supports the development and growth of small businesses run by indigenous individuals and organizations. The presence of the mining industry in a community stimulates the local economy and create opportunities for other economic and social pursuits. We can look to a future where mining and all other vested interests can coexist in harmony and prosperity.